So it's renowned to be a sort of tough persona to market to developers. But from your perspective, what do you think makes it particularly hard?
I think some people think that it's hard, especially if they don't understand their audience very well. And I would
Mm.
say that's true of marketing to anybody. You know, if you're going to market to 7-year-olds, you really need to understand the world from a 7-year-old's perspective, although that's illegal probably. So don't do that. Um, so, I think with developers, it's understanding their persona. And I have been privileged to have spent most of my 27-year career hanging out with developers, watching them work, watching them code, having a real appreciation and a understanding of what it is that they can do and what they're capable of. Um, it's really remarkable to watch them work. And it gives you such a great insight. And if you have that ability to get onto that level with your target audience, I highly recommend it. But of course, many marketers won't be able to go to that particular level. Um, the more fundamentally, the more you can learn about your audience, the better, right? And it doesn't
Mm.
matter how you obtain that data or how how you go out and try to find that data, but the more you have, the better. But in my particular case, because I was embedded with them for such a long career and through a variety of different roles, I've really gotten to understand what it is that they like and what they don't like. And I really don't mean to set myself as some sort of, developer whisperer. That's not it. I just listen to them and I hear what they say.
Mm.
Um, Traditionally and stereotypically, most people would say, oh, developers don't like marketing, do they? That's always the question I get. And I say, well, if it's going to benefit them, they probably don't mind, right?
Mm.
It's just that they intrinsically are suspicious of marketing speak.
Mm.
And that's not who they are. They're not bells and whistles kind of cheerleading people. They're people who are looking for technology to help them do their jobs better. And
Mm.
that's not a cheerleader kind of segmentation or focus
Mm.
that you should have. What they like is as easy to understand as what they don't like. What they like is stuff that's going to help them. They like
Mm.
plain English. They don't want, too many, like I said, bells and whistles. They don't want too much marketing speak. They like plain words. They like words specifically that matter to them. Words that or terminology that speaks to them. And they like to be able to trust who is sending them this information. They don't give their details away lightly. So it is very much a case of respecting the information that they have gifted you and
Mm.
allowed you to use, which should be, of course, true of every potential target audience member. But with developers, I'd say a little bit of a healthy dose of respect that's actually a little bit more than you would give to a normal person would be greatly appreciated. You know, I think also they are more specific to the channels that they like,
Mm.
drawn to those particular channels. So once a developer finds a channel that works for that person, they're going to really embrace and utilize that. They like to dig deep. They like to get under the hood of everything.
Mm.
And they like to trust who they're listening to. So if you can send send an email that is full of animations and confetti and and lots of marketing speak, they're probably not going to like that as much as here's some great information for you, and this is why I
Mm.
think you're going to really use it or really like it.
Mm.
So it's a respectful relationship, and
Mm.
also there's the added confusion or challenge for a marketer, because a lot of times a developer is not actually a person that you conduct a financial relationship with.
Mm.
And that's a really hard thing as a marketer to get your head around, because it means fundamentally you don't drive them through a sales funnel.
Mm.
And marketers are trained on driving people through sales funnels, right? We want to clench that call to action. That's how we measure ourselves. So probably if you are marketing towards a developer audience, your call to action for them is not going to be financially based. It's going to be driving them to download, you know, people don't download white papers anymore, but to access some particular piece of content, or to try out your software, or to give a review of your software. So it's a matter of having a conversation with that person via your digital traditional channels, which, there are myriads of those. It could even be paid media. But the important thing is that at the end of that particular conversation, you're not asking them to hand over any cash. So that's why you have to treat their data, or whatever it is that they give you in return for that handshake conversation, with as much or even more respect than you would a cash bottom line signature.